All right, there we go. Mic should be working now. Let me turn off background noise. Welcome, everyone. First of all, let people know I am not feeling that great. Probably not in the best of moods. Probably shouldn't be streaming when I'm not in the best of moods, but you know what? I get a little more vocal when I am, and a little more the ranty kind of Steve that you guys all know and love, I'm sure. But I do apologize for the people waiting for the Non Sequitur show. I couldn't get a hold of Titus. Anyways, but there's other things that came up. I kind of want to do that stream with a couple other people, but I've already let them know. So I have moved that till next week, or at least sometime. I've tended to leave it for next Friday, but if it's sooner than that, I'll let you guys know. But I do apologize for those waiting for that. It's something that I really do want to do a stream on. Anyways, I have it in black and white. My lighting here is horrible. It comes with this orange color, and I just hate it. So I just put this as a grayscale. Hope it doesn't bother you guys. But I will have some words for a few people. Apparently, there's been a lot of shenanigans on the internet with my name being bantered about for whatever reason. Things I have absolutely no freaking idea, nor do I care about, nor have I been involved with. It's weird because when you hear your name in relationship to something and you're like, what the hell is this person talking about? And you have to ask 6 or 7 people, can you fill me in? Because people know I don't watch any of this shit. I don't watch anybody's stuff relating to me. I don't care. But the other day, somebody who I do trust said, hey, Steve, you do have to watch this video. I'm like, okay, fine. I watched the video and I'm like, what the hell are these people talking about? Okay, so let me just put it out this. Nonsense in one of her streams, and I don't know anything about this person. Nothing. All I know is she seems to be somehow related to Katie Joy. But she said to come chat with her. Okay, you want to chat? Let's chat. Now she doesn't want to, which is fine. Nobody's obligated to chat with anybody. But I have a few things to say based upon some of the stream that I heard. I hope that air conditioning isn't too loud, but it is hot in here. So anyways, this content creator, Erica, got a hold of me and like, I don't know, a dozen other people. And by the way, fact check me as I go, people. A lot of you are involved in this. So if I get anything wrong in my live chat, please let me know as I go. Because again, I don't pay attention to much of this. I had nothing to do with the Letitia stuff. Nothing to do with Marvin McRae, other than the fact that I'm a veteran and I feel for this family. I feel for the guy. I really do. It's a messed up situation. But I'm not involved with it. I've never talked to Molly GoLightly. I've talked to Justin. I've seen her in a live chat once or twice, but I've never had a conversation with her. I'm not involved with it in any stretch of the imagination. But Erica was talking about having the supposedly restraining order against Katie Joy. Okay. I get this other message. And by the way, Erica has sent me a lot of stuff. Don't know her from Hill of Beans. I've talked to her literally once, and that was just today on a hangout. Once. And that was literally just before I went on air here, not too long ago. So I've never had any, what do they call it? What do they say? Relationship, I guess, working relationship, anything with this woman. Nothing, except that I've talked to her on DMs like I do 1,000 other freaking people, right? And she's giving me this stuff about the RO, and I'm like, okay, I believe you on this, because here's the thing. I was asked by another content creator by the name Mackenzie, and I was on Nonsense's channel. Didn't know this, didn't put 2 and 2 together on all this. But Mackenzie wanted me to verify if this RO is real. Okay, and here's the thing. She showed me screenshots. And I was like, yeah, those are my messages with Eric. I didn't even think about the time, right? Yeah, those are messages with Erica. Come to find out, she made them all public on her timeline. And I haven't told her, I never gave permission to put any screenshots out. First of all, my rule of thumb is this. I don't show private communications. I have respect for people. People know when they come message me, their messages are safe. It doesn't matter who you are. If I've had people that I loathe, that I absolutely despise, I've never released their DMs. Okay? That tells you my you don't think I have a code of honor. Let me tell you how difficult that code of honor is when I know I have shit in my folders that can 100%, be damning to other people and vindicate me and exonerate me or have exculpatory evidence, but I won't release it. I only release DMs. One, if somebody releases mine, I have the option, or if there's legal matters. That's pretty much it. It's not absolute, but that's a general rule of thumb that I go by. Why? Because I want people to trust me. Look, here's the thing. If you have a content creator where is going to release your DMs if something goes south, why would you ever trust that person? It could possibly get out. Falling outs happen. Why would you put yourself in that situation? people know with me that there are people that I despise. I still won't put out their DMs. That's how safe that their messages are to me. I've only put out what? Kyle's, Katie's, Nate's, a long time ago, Fiona for whatever reason, and Hillary. And then I think maybe, who was the other one? Laura, right? So very few people. I think that's a pretty exhaustive list, right? But again, these were content creators that put out my screenshots or lied about things, or I had no other choice, right? But it's very, very rare. But anyways, my screenshots with Erica put out there for some bizarre reason. I'm cool. Okay, whatever. I'd like to know who released them. Now I know that it's holding influencers accountable is Mackenzie. I will be blocking her. I wanted to confirm it was her. I went to her Twitter, and I realized now that the messages she put on her Twitter were not from me and her, but from her and me and Erica. But I told her, look, I've never given you permission to release these. But anyways, let's put it in context here. So Mackenzie had asked me to verify the RO, and I'm like, okay, I'll see what I can find, right? All I found was there's a case number. There has been a filing. That's it. I verified that. That's what I was talking about, because she had told me that Charlotte, who I've never had a conversation with, I don't think ever. I have reached out to her because I would like to have a conversation with Charlotte, and this message is to you too. Contact me. We need to talk. But I don't think ever talked to Charlotte, right? And so I was asked to verify this RO. And so, okay. So this is what I found out. All there is a filing on Minnesota webpage. That's the only thing I made public. What I put public is what I put public, right? Private conversations are used to talk to people, to find out what the hell's going on, right? And so when I was told by Mackenzie that Charlotte said there's no filing, there's no nothing. And I said, Charlotte's wrong. I was like, there is a filing. I have the filing. I literally showed the filing. So when I was talking about Charlotte being wrong, that's what I'm talking about. But I also put on Twitter that I could not verify it was served, and I couldn't verify that is in effect or active. Now, Erica claims it's e-filed, and there's significant reasons to suggest there have been some e-filings. I don't know what those e-filings are because they're all private. I don't have access to it. They're under what's called a protected petitioner. So everything's sealed for the most part, right? I mean, I know Erica had a 6-page, what they call it, a petition or whatever it was. But as far as the filing, the only thing you can verify in the filing itself is that there is a filing, that it has a case number to. So this is what I told Mackenzie. So Mackenzie goes on the nonsense stream and starts running this really bizarre stream of what the fuckery is the only way I can possibly think about it. Hey, what happened to my image here? Oh, wait. I had an image here. I lost an image. All right, but anyways, so she starts going off this weird, bizarre, there it is. I got it, it's over here. So this weird, my little cicada thing. So she starts talking about this thing right here. That somehow she was hacked by someone and trying to allude it to be me. Look, I got no hacking skills, okay? I haven't programmed in probably 20 or 30 years. And I was Visual Basic. Do you know how out of date I am in programming? It took me 3 days to figure out how to write a Python code that long. You think I'm a hacker? No, okay. I mean, I know basic computer stuff, but it took me 3 days to write a Python code that long just to figure out how to get a string out of a PDF file for the non-secret showcase. Okay, so no, I know nothing about hacking. I know nothing about Cicada, how to hack. I didn't have any interest in solving these puzzles. It was about the subject, one of many that I talk about. But she goes on Nonsense Channel saying that the software, whatever the hell that means, used to be in the Cicada stuff, which the only things I remember in the Cicada, because when I read up on it, this was a couple weeks ago, was a program called Outguess. And then there's a software where you can put a picture in and for what's called stenography, get data out of it. At the very bottom, it said something about Tiberius Caesar says, and then a string, and that string is a cipher code, a Caesar cipher that. So you got to shift it, and then so like BAD bad would be CBE, right? So it's just a shift. That's a cipher shift. I mean, these are common knowledge stuff. I literally did a debate whether DNA was a code. And so I have a little bit of interest on that subject, but that's all I know about it, okay? I only started looking into the Cicada, like the actual puzzle stuff, like 3 weeks ago. So to say that I have this really weird connection with Cicada, weird, really weird. I was doing an episode on it. That's why I was researching it for the non sequitur show that I was going to do with Titus tonight, Titus Frost, but it got postponed. So I don't know what the hell this Mackenzie person is talking about in my relationship to Cicada, are hacking. Anybody who knows me knows I have nothing to do with hacking. I have no idea. I wouldn't even know where to begin. So that was weird. So that proved to me that this Mackenzie person, this holding influence accountable, is not on the up and up, because that's just a bizarre LARP. That's just strange, right? And so I did listen to that. I'm like, what the hell is she talking about? But it gets better. She released all my stuff. So not all my stuff. She released some conversations with Erica, and I contacted Erica and I talked to her. First time I've ever had a conversation with her face to face. I don't want to know how these screenshots got out there. I do believe that Erica probably gave them to Mackenzie to talk to me. Like I have anything to do with anything. I mean, anybody can go verify these things. It doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to go into the court records there. I mean, if anybody knows anything more about that, it would be probably Aaron. But anyways, I'm like, sure. You know, I was kind of curious. And so I found the filing number. But here's the thing. She had been telling people I verified there's an active RO or something like that. That's not what I said. That's not what I said at all. No, I get this. People started messaging me. Not just all of a sudden said that that I verified there was an active RO. No, that's not what I said. Matter of fact, if you actually go read the tweets, like I said publicly, this is why things need to be in context. She says, I've been notified that someone I messaged privately about an HRO filing against Katie J's and a group of us liars. It's calling a group of us liars. Along with legal authorities, some of us investigating and confirmed is not linked to Katie J. Statement to cover in this in depth tonight. And here's my statement. She said she believed Erica. She says, I believe there's an HRO. This is what she told me. I'm not going to release her DMs because I don't know the full story of all this. I've admonished her not to release my DMs. I said I never gave her permission to. But this is what happened. She had told me that she believed there was an HRO. And she puts all this out. She puts out screenshots of her messages, which, by the way, almost is always as an insta block. You ever put out a message of mine, I will insta block you. Because if I have that consideration for other people, I only ask for the return. There's nothing to hide. And I will offer this, because this is a message to nonsense. If you want to look at all my conversations with Erica, she's given me permission to do so. If you want to know this really bizarre narrative you have, or you think that you're running to people that Erica and I have the charge of this Toro group that does not exist, we will show you every message between us. That's our offer to you. It's up to you if you want to take it up. Because all Erica ever did was talk to me about this RO stuff and list a bunch of people's names that I don't even know from Health Beans. I've never looked at any of them. I never looked at any of the numbers. Never looked at the Facebook. I couldn't care less. No offense to Erica. But I told her this. She knows this. I just don't know what the fuck she's talking about most of the time. But she's been nice to me. Cordial. That's all I asked for. And she answered questions. Okay, what else could I ask from somebody, right? And she told me, about the filing number, and I verified that. That's it. That's absolutely it. So again, holding influencers accountable. When you start releasing screenshots, why would anybody want to send you anything ever? Because now you're not trustworthy. You've just shown the entire internet nobody should ever hold. You need to be held accountable. Who are you to show people screenshots and then say you're holding influencers accountable when you do something so duplicitous without permission? That makes no sense to me, because again, who trusts you? Especially when you're trying to relate me to some cicada stuff. Come on. Really? But yeah, here's the thing. I don't release DMs. What does that tell you? Okay, so she goes through all this stuff, right? More and more. There was a payment waiver, it seems. It looks like there was a payment waiver from Erica, showed me that, which I did question. Why is there a waiver for filing fee for Katie Joy? And I said, everything looks consistent what I would expect to find with an HRO, right? But then I also said very clearly to her, somewhere down at the bottom, just to clarify, I only verify there's a case number or of a file for an HRO in the Minnesota system. Anybody can do that. I can't verify it as active or even served with any confidence. I also said, it does seem, because they're talking about this, it does seem to be legit. It was filed without a crystal ball, is pro se. E-filed and served to her as she is registered on the side of the court from a previous frivolous TROs. It is a case number. I have the original HNO paperwork and the petition for the protected petitioner in their name. However, I have no evidence of these 14 other that Molly GoLightly was talking about. This is the part of the stream Molly GoLightly. I have no idea what the hell she's talking about. Said exist. If she can DM me anything that she can on them, I would be appreciated. It is possible she confused a protected discovery order with an HRO request, but I don't know. Todd Chrisley has no HRO request, so it isn't his or his family. Somebody was showing me some paperwork. A couple people showed me paperwork from the Todd Chrisley case that was filed from their lawyer, Amber, whatever her last name is. But that was for a discovery request to have protective discovery. It was not a restraining order. And I think there might have been some confusion there. That's my operating theory right now, because that would make sense to me. But I was very clear. That's all I could verify. So why is my name being brought up in this? I have nothing to do with any of these people. Again, I'm not involved in the Letitia thing. I'm not involved in the Dre or Marvin McRae. I don't know these people. I've never heard of Erica until recently. There's no group. There's no group to be had. Matter of fact, nonsense. If you want to see a specific person that I've talked to, I can ask permission for that, because we have this. Anybody who messages me knows I keep their DM safe. But there are people that say, like, yeah, go for it. There are some people that I wouldn't give a shit. They wouldn't give a shit if you saw something. What do you want to know? I mean, I'm really at a loss here. So, I mean, if I'm willing to show you all my conversations with Erica, she's okay with that. Where is this bizarre narrative that I'm somehow now, because this just came up recently, that I'm forging documents with Erica? Really? This is why nobody would trust somebody like you. You just spew nonsense like Unirock, which is why people think that you're probably working with Unirock, because only Unirock is dumb enough to spew shit like that. He's just whatever comes out of his mouth, he'll spew, right? And you're doing the exact same thing by spinning these wild narratives. But here's the thing. I have evidence. I keep evidence. I keep records. Very meticulous record. Well, they may be disorganized, but I have the method of my madness, right? But I have the proof. If you're going to say that I'm somehow in this group with Erica, which I'm not, I mean, there might be like one or two groups that hate Katie that I might be in, that I've never posted on, that she might be in, that I don't know about. But even then, I don't have any relationship to this woman other than her sending me the same shit she sent dozens of other people. So, I mean, I'm trying to like ask you guys now, what does this have to do with me? And why is it my name being brought up with this? Because I'm at a loss. First of all, I've been working all my ass off. I've been trying to get real life shit done. I barely have time to stream as it is. I'm not feeling well. I've been really worn down. People close to me know that I'm not great shape. Okay. And I see this kind of shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you people talking about? I mean, again, Cicada, really? And by the way, she said something like was weird. She said, to debunk Cicada. There's nothing to debunk. It's a puzzle. It was supposed to teach cryptography to people. And then it got hijacked by other people for other things. But the person who came up with Cicada was had an interest in cryptography. All it was to build awareness for computer stuff. At least that's what's been told to me. And that's what I was going to talk about tonight on Non Sequitur. Okay? And then it got hijacked with the whole QAnon crap or something. But anyways, can you guys fill me in what's going on then? Because again, I was asked to watch a video the other day, because as you guys know, I do not watch their videos. I don't watch anybody's video about me. I don't watch. And I am writing a guidebook of how to survive being gang stalked, because people know that I have been for 5 years now. And one of the things that I'm telling people is don't watch people shit about you. It doesn't do any good. Right? As Tina says, she uses her own, as somebody else's adage, but it holds true. But Tina says, go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. Right? And I believe that. You never see me ever going in anybody else's chat, right? You don't see me going to these content creators' chats that I don't like, because I don't watch their stuff. Right? I go to people that I endorse. So, Easy says, she was live and that bitch got herself out again. A nonsense kid came in and said, as soon as something yelled and slammed the door. Oh, nonsense kid came in. But okay, so here's my questions. And again, first, my message to nonsense, so I get it out of the way right off the bat. You wanted to chat. why not chat with me? If you're sincere and you're a seeker of truth, what possible reason could you not want to have a direct conversation with me like an adult would, like everybody else does? Like all these thousands of people that I've had in my life that will come to me directly and I have communications with. People that know me know I get a lot of messages during the day. Okay? So why would you not want to talk to me? But if you don't, that's your choice. I'll leave it alone. Never bother you again. Never bother you anyways. But you asked me just to come to you. You asked me, hey, Steve, reach out to me. I did. And then you slammed the door in my face because why? I'm kind of confused about that. But there's my offer to you. You can see my entire conversation history with Erica. Go ahead. There's nothing in there. It's all about the RO stuff, which I'm asking questions about. And I said, yeah, I believe her that there's a filing. There was. And so did holding influencers accountable. But when holding influencers accountable, one, lied about Cicada in my relationship. Whatever. I'm sorry. I suck at this. Wait, it's over here. No, wait. Damn it. There we go. Over here. Right there. Lied about that. Lied about me hacking her. That's just beyond stupid. I mean, that's a base LARP narrative, right? The easiest things people can LARP is, oh, you've doxed somebody. You've harassed somebody, or you've hacked somebody. Those are like the easiest fucking things in the world to throw out there, is just throwaway allegations. I've been on YouTube since 2013. Do you know how many times I've been hacked? 0. I don't even have a VPN. And I've never been hacked. I have two-party authentication. Have I heard a few people kind of reset passwords here and there? Yeah, sure. Who hasn't? Do I get phishing? Sure. Who hasn't? But I mean, it's weird when somebody comes to tell me they're hacked, I automatically, my radar kind of goes up a little bit, right? I mean, you got Katie Joy who says she's been hacked like, what, 20 times? Okay, you know what? If you've been hacked 20 times, you need to get off your Amiga. Or get rid of your Commodore 64 or something, because Jesus Christ, nobody gets hacked that much. And you know how bad they hate me. I still have never been hacked. Knock on table, right? So that's just ridiculous that you think that for some reason because I was talking about Cicada that you were hacked and then try my name to that. No, that now I know you're dishonest. And you were trying to say that me and Erica were fabricating shit. That never happened. So two strikes against you that I know you're dishonest, Mackenzie. And I'm talking about nonsense right now. I'm talking about Mackenzie. 3, you released my screenshots. 3 strikes, you're out. You are dishonest. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have a title saying holding influencers accountable, yet you do 3 things that no influencer should ever do. I'm not going to count you as an influencer, but 3 content creators should ever do. You should never release DMs. You should never falsely accuse people of stuff that you don't have actual physical evidence of. And even then, triple check it. And 3, accuse them of doing a crime, which would be hacking. You did all 3. And people are supposed to trust you? I mean, this blows my mind. And here's the funniest thing. All the things that Erica sent me, Mackenzie put out on her Twitter, I found out. She put it all out there. I didn't put out a single freaking thing that Erica sent me. Why? Because I couldn't have verified it, nor did I care, to be honest. And I don't mean this to disrespect to Erica. She knows this. I talked to her tonight. I was very clear to her. Erica, I don't know you. I have no disrespect to you. I have no idea half the shit you send me. I appreciate it because it gives me information that might be, later on help me with something, because if other people get freaking attacked. But other than that, I have nothing to do with any of it. But I did verify, because I was asked, about the HR having a filing number. That is it. But I did also say that, look, anybody can have a filing number. You can go in and make a case. If you want to spend the money, because I probably expensive, unless you get a waiver, which maybe she did. I don't know if Erica got a waiver or not, but I know when I file, it's expensive. It's a few $100, but anybody can make a filing. Doesn't mean that it was filed. It's e-served. It doesn't mean that it's active. Other than that, I don't know, but anybody can make a filing. So, sure. Here's the rule of thumb. Again, I do philosophy, right? There's necessary and sufficient conditions. Necessary conditions are what we would expect to see given a certain thing. Sufficient makes it the case. A paraphrase. For example, a sufficient condition for a square, a necessary condition for a square has 4 sides, right? A square has to have 4 sides. But is that sufficient? No, because there are other parallelograms, like a rhombus or something, that has 4 sides that's not equal. So by mathematical definition, a square would have 4 sides with 4 interior right angles of equal length sides, the mathematical jargon stuff. Those are sufficiency conditions. I don't have any sufficiency conditions to determine there's an active RO against Katie. I have necessary conditions that what I would expect. But these people out there that are running half-cocked, they don't bother with these types of technicalities. They don't bother with doing their due diligence. This is why I never put out anything that Erica sent me. And yet my name is still being dragged into this. Explain to me how. Explain to me why. The only reason I can think of is you're trying to attach me to things that have nothing to do with. And I find that to be duplicitous. And I don't know if that's nonsense doing or Mackenzie. I know it's Mackenzie's doing, clearly. Right? Hold influencers accountable. Clearly, she's attaching my name to shit that have nothing to do with. But nonsense is either believing this or going along with it. Right? Either she's believing the nonsense, literally believing nonsense. I see the pun. Or she's just going along with it for some reasons. I don't know you, nonsense. I know nothing about you. You know nothing about me. Matter of fact, even when you post something about, could this be an alt account? It doesn't look like you. This is me. Hello. I mean, do I look like my avatar? Do you not watch my stuff? I have 2,000 videos. So she put something out on her webpage or something that people sent me like, oh, is this even like the real Steve or something? That's not what you said. It was, I don't want to paraphrase too much. Basically, was this one of the avatars he's used? Because it doesn't look like you. Really? It's my avatar. When I first got my hair cut, I had long hair. I got it cut. I took a picture, same wall. Just had my carrier here. But that was me. So why would nonsense say that? Why would nonsense say, is this you? I'm not offended by it. I'm really asking. It makes no sense to me. So I give people the benefit of the doubt. Let me tell you how I operate. I start everybody about equal, about neutral. And then you give me reasons to trust you or not. The people in my life that are the closest have given me reasons to trust them. And likewise, I know I will, if Tina, Aaron, Reds, Tina, Aaron, Reds, who, and a handful of other people, maybe, just very few, needed me in an emergency, I'd be there for them. And one or two of them I'd give a kidney to. If Reds needed a kidney, he knows he has a kidney. I love that man like my brother, right? But Aaron, Tina, Nikki's been real sweet and trustworthy. They've never given me a reason to doubt them. Ever. They're direct with me. They don't agree with me all the time, and they don't have to. None of us all agree with each other. That's never been a thing where people that are friends get along or agree with each other. But it is that you have rational discussions with each other. And that's what we do. Whenever Tina and I don't see eye to eye on something, we just talk. And we love each other by the end of it. Because she's just a sweet person. Aaron's Aaron. There's certain things that, we may not see eye on, but I think she's hilarious. And I adore her. She's a friend. We can go out and have a beer anytime, right? So there are people that you build a trust with, right? But when you start off lying about people, that trust is automatically going to the negative. When you say that, like Mackenzie's saying that I somehow hacked her or had any relation to hacking, or Cicada, or that I'm somehow fabricating information with Erica, or that she shares my screenshots, yeah, you're already starting in the negative, right? I mean, she'll be blocked, right? Because she's done. 3 strikes are out. But nonsense, I've never had never had a single conversation with her. She asked me to reach out to her. I reached out to her on 3 different places. One on her video, said let's talk. One on Facebook, on my own personal page, which she could have saw was my page. And 2, direct IM. Because I don't know what her best form of communication is, right? Because I don't know her. I was giving her the benefit of the doubt. If she doesn't want to take that benefit of the doubt, so be it. I have to work on whatever operating theory that I'm going with. My operating theory right now is that nonsense is not being very honest. That she is buying into nonsense. Yes, I see the pun. That without any verification, without any going to the source. She says she was a seeker of truth. I think I've heard her say it one time. Maybe that was somebody else, but I thought nonsense said that. But if I'm not, I'm wrong, whatever. But if nonsense really wants to know the truth about stuff, come and ask me. That's why people trust me. They ask me direct questions and they get direct answers and they get the evidence they ask for. And that's why a lot of them are so fastidious. It's not the freaking cult. It's not so something group. It's that, oh shit, Steve was right. There's even a hashtag, Steve was right, because people don't know all the stuff that I keep. I have that for a reason. One, they never know what I have in the background, in my files, that when they say something, I'll go, oh, bullshit, look at this, right? They never know. And 2, I don't think it's proper to release other people's information. I just don't. So where am I in the wrong here? Explain to me. I'm going to turn it over to you guys here because, I think I made my point. Green Worm says they made the whole community put out the 14 ROs. Everyone said they didn't believe it. I only saw Molly say it. Steve, Aaron, and Charlotte, no one said it. That's true. Right. Molly was the only one that Molly GoLightly, and this message is to you too. I don't know you, Molly. Look, I find some of your stuff funny, no offense, but not all, not by any means all of it. I don't get into any of your content, but there are some things you've done that's funny. You have a good sense of humor, Molly. Justin, I happen to like some of the stuff Justin does. I was watching one of his shows the other day, and I was interested in the topic. I was really interested in the, I was interested in a subtopic that he had about this psychopathic murderer dude. Yeah, it sounds weird. I was interested in psychopathic murder. It was just a story that it piqued my interest because how bizarre it really was, right? I don't do anything with true crime, really. I'm just not a big fan of it. But just one or two stories, I'm like, yeah, I watched some interview with this guy, and oh my God, it was weird because he was just in this weird catatonic state. So I had an interest in it. That's all it was. I was just watching the Justin stuff. But I mean, Justin and I have been trying to communicate for a while. I know we have very different schedules, so no fault to him. But I hope he has time to sit down with me. And Charlotte, again, I've never talked to Charlotte. Some of her commentary is hit or miss, I think. But to my knowledge, she's never directly accused me of a crime like Kay Baxter did. Or Waxy. Or Without a Crystal Ball, right? So, or now apparently, Mackenzie. All right. You can have my abused kidney if you need it, Steve. Peter, first of all, you're on the other side of the planet, and I don't know what if how your kidneys function in like hanging upside down. But I appreciate it. Mine probably in better shape than yours as an Australian, because I know you abuse your kidneys daily. Veneer says, congratulations to Modern and Megan. May they be happy. Okay, I got to ask, and this is off topic, but are they in thing now? Mazel tov if they are. My best to both of them. Is that true? Are they really like hooking? Are they dating now? I mean, they were certainly flirting on Twitter, but I'm just kind of curious. Suzanne says that crazy. Molly said it. She believed Erica. Erica has a history of faking legal documents, and that might be true. Suzanne, look, I told Erica straight up, I don't know you. There could be a lot more to this than what's being made out. But all I ask is you answer questions directly. When I ask people questions, I want answers, just like they should get them from me. She's answered some questions that seem to be so far consistent. The only thing I don't get is she said she didn't send my screenshots to Mackenzie. I don't see how that's possible. There's only two people that have screenshots, me and Erica, and then all of a sudden Mackenzie has them, and Mackenzie sends them to me. The first thing Mackenzie did when she messaged me was, hey Steve, I want to ask you about this RO thing. She shows me screenshots. I'm like, yeah, they're mine. And I should have thought about it then. Like, why are you showing me screenshots of somebody else's conversation? But I was like, okay, maybe she's Erica said, hey, ask Steve about something. Here's some screenshots to verify that Steve's looking into this. Maybe. And maybe Erica forgot, or I don't know. Maybe I'll give her a bit of the doubt on that. But obviously Erica had sent the screenshots to Mackenzie at some point, because I didn't send them to her. She sent them to me. I have them literally in my tweets, whatever, my DMs. And then she released them publicly. Can you guys give me a verification though that you guys can show me? Because I got an internet chat disconnected message, but it seems to be back on. So then yeah, we'll talk. Definitely, we'll definitely talk. I think they were definitely trolling, honestly, but I'm not sure. I'm assuming I'm still connected. Can I at least get one person to verify? Hello, anybody? Because I think I am. It seems to be streaming. But I need something in the live chat. I know there's a delay, so I'll wait for the delay, but I'll just continue assuming that it's still connected. I don't know where I left off. Shoot, somebody else has to Oh yeah. So anybody you know that releases DMs, first, why would you ever trust that person? Why would you ever send them anything knowing that they just release DMs? Oh, I see the chat. I got to reset the chat. That's what it is. Hang on. I see I'm working now, but it's not in my studio, but I saw it on my OBS just pop up. One sec. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, I can hear you. I can see you. Yeah, I had to reset. It was popping on my OBS, but the chat disconnected from my studio. All right. So what do you guys think though? Again, why would anyone bother to ever send anything to anyone knowing they release DMs? If this person, Mackenzie, holding influencers accountable, release my DMs, she'll do it to you. She'll do it to you. Just remember that. But again, 3 strikes, she's out. Matter of fact, I'm going to be blocking her right now. As a matter of fact, because I was thinking about, again, how did my DMs get out? Was it through Erica or through holding influencers accountable? Now, again, she sent them clearly private, which is, again, questionable. It is questionable. There might be reasons to do it. Sometimes I get that. But it depends on who you send it to. Like if I sent, Aaron's message of something to like Tina, nobody's going to give a shit, right? Because whatever. But her sending my messages with Erica to Mackenzie, yeah, it's a little questionable, but yeah, I can forgive it. But Mackenzie putting them publicly, nope, you're done. You're done. I have a rule. You put out my publicly shit, anything about me that I'd say in private, you're done. You're blocked. And that's the way it should be. It just should be like that. So. My God, by the way, is Twitter like the worst freaking thing to find things on? I swear to God, I could barely figure out anything. I'm trying to find stuff on Twitter. It's so damn hard. I don't know why. Oh my God. Here we go. Now I found it. Okay, so Mackenzie, you are now blocked. Okay. So where do we stand on this now, people? Let's kind of do a recap. Nonsense wanted me to reach out to her. I did. She doesn't want to talk to me. That's fine. But if she does, the lines of communication is open. If she says she wants to know the truth, I'll give her the truth. I'll give her anything she wants. If off my side, I'm not going to give a public. Nobody else's public communications will be involved in that. But she wants my stuff, some stuff that I have. Okay, fine. She wants to ask me questions. Okay, fine. But that's up to her. But it is duplicitous to say contact me, and then the very next day, so I'm never longer interested. Why? Because after I told Mackenzie, about the cicada stuff. What the hell are you talking about? What the hell is the last thing I said to Mackenzie? Let me see here. The last thing I said to her was, I said, and I'll read it to you. I think you're under some major misunderstandings. One, I have no ties to Erica. I don't know this woman, Erica. I have no ties to her. She started coming around. I don't know what it was in the communities, but I have no ties to her. First time I ever spoke to her was today. I spoke to her, on air, not on air, through StreamYards, right? We were on StreamYards, but it was off air. She messaged me, and all I can verify is some file exists for an HRO. It's true. I think most of us recognize that. Can't verify if it's active or served. I have no idea what this narrative is that we have some troll group. I have no such group. I don't even know where this narrative gets started from. I've never been in any troll group except for 5 or 6 years ago. I was involved in this one freaking crazy group, which was lighthearted stuff. They started going in real life. I wanted nothing to do with them. I can't stand them. They still follow me around. They still watch everything that I do. And people know who they are. But that's it. And that was 5 years ago, 4 years ago. But as far as when it comes to Katie Joy, there is no fucking group that I'm in. I'm not involved with anybody when it comes to Katie Joy. I'm me, Steve McRae, me. I'm not involved. There's no community effort against Katie Joy except for me. I trust Tina. I trust Aaron and Nikki. Those about and Renelle. Oh, okay. And okay, I'm sorry. And Truth Sleuth. I like Truth Sleuth. And a few other people, but we all don't sit together in a group in Discord, talk about the stuff. They do. All these people sit in Discord talking about us 24/7 and anything else. I have no group like that. I hate Discord. I'm barely on Discord. I've still got messages I need to check. I'm not in any Facebook group talking about this with anything. I'm not in any chat group with anybody talking about this. There is no group. There's just people that have their own reasons why they hate this woman, Katie Joy Paulson. That's it. Why Erica doesn't like her, or different than why I don't like her. Was different why Tina doesn't like her. Which I'm sure now is different why Erica doesn't like her. We all have our reasons. That's it. But there's no conspiracy. There's no troll group. I don't give a flying fuck about Katie Joy except the fact that she harmed me and she harmed people that I care about. That's it. I would never want to hear her name again. I would love never to hear her name again. I wish people would stop talking about her. But they can't shut up about Katie Joy. And all of a sudden she's like blowing the fuck up. I didn't talk about her for a year. And she blew the fuck up. Because she's dishonest. And she harms people. And we know this. I have all the evidence of everything she lied about with me and other people. Everything you possibly could ever want. Nonsense. If you want to know about Katie Joy. But you say you weren't interested in her in the past. You're only interested in the Letitia thing. Okay, whatever. But don't sit there and think that Katie Joy is some paragon of virtue. She's not. I have evidence, real hardcore evidence. She's lied in multiple affidavits. People know this. So, I don't know what nonsense game is all this. Because then, I don't know why my name is involved. Nonsense seems to be involved with the whole Letitia thing and the whole Dre and Marvin McRae, which I am not involved with. I've never talked to anyone involved in those situations. And then I also say, number two, what did I said, what did mean? But it's supposed to be, what did you mean about me being, quote, super crazy about Cicada? Oh, wait. Cicada. I find it an interesting story, but there's nothing to debunk. What does it have to do with me other than one of 100 other stories I do? I still don't know my relationship to this. How am I crazy? Her words were super crazy, I think she said. What does that mean? So, anyways, let me look in the live chat here because Starlit says, one day regret everything. Why? Because who lives in glass houses ought not to throw stones. And yeah, look, I'm like I said, I'm writing a blog post. My last one was how to become a sex cult leader. If you want to read that, go find my blog. I'll put it in the video description. But it's how to become a sex cult leader because why not, right? And then my next one is going to be a little bit longer. I'm taking some time to write it, but it's how to survive being gang stalked. But yeah, one of the basic things on that is that look. Everybody makes mistakes. None of us are perfect content creators. We all say things incorrectly sometimes. We get facts wrong. This is human nature. Trolls exploit that human nature. They will exploit the fact that you will make mistakes. And everybody makes mistakes. So they have an advantage by doing that. Okay? This is why you want to be as factual as possible in everything you put out publicly, which I have been. All I ever put out publicly when it came to this RO was there's a filing number. Never said that I could verify I was served. Never said I can verify I was active. I'm going to open up to you guys here in a second. Nicole says, in my opinion, you're simply honest and spread the truth of what Katie have done to you, period. Yeah, and that's my primary concern. Because here's the thing, Noelle. If I can get the truth out about Katie Joy, how she harmed me, it'll help other people she's harmed, and it'll prevent her from harming other people. That's my line of reasoning. And it sucks because Katie has a much bigger following. She's charismatic when she wants to be. She knows how to manipulate people. She's outright dangerous, in my opinion. She tried to sue me for saying that she is dangerous. That's something. So what? That's my opinion. That she's dangerous to people because she lies to people. So what? That's an opinion. Worse. And by the way, nonsense. Again, you don't care about her past, but you should. She actually lied in the court record saying that I said she was an existential threat to humanity. She said extensional, which was a mistake. It wasn't extensional, although that is a word, but that deals with logic, which she doesn't do. So I know she didn't mean extensional in the logic form because you wouldn't understand what that meant. So she meant that I said she was an existential threat to humanity. That was not right. Lie. I have the original tweet. I said she was an existential threat to content creators because she falsely DMCA'd people. She falsely DMCA'd me. And I'm not talking about the apology video she made about me. I'm talking about the fact that I had a video called DFOTY 6th annual about her. She DMCA'd it. It was removed. The video's still there, but it was a false striking answer. For she says she did. Well, I don't go around falsely striking people. The hell yes, she doesn't. I have evidence of it. I have the original thing from YouTube saying that she struck it. But she tries to say, I didn't strike that anything. I struck Steve for putting a video of my apology video. He stole my quote, her words, intellectual property. Her words, her apology to me was her intellectual apology. Okay, so I put her apology on my video, thinking it was hoping it was a sincere apology, knowing that it wasn't. Come on, I mean, just be realistic here. And see what she would do. That's why I didn't put it on my main channel. I put it on my alt channel, wondering if she was going to strike it. She did. Did I fight it? Nope. Because it wasn't fair use, and I fully admit that. It was her. But then again, people mirror stuff all the time in the YouTube community. People say, "Hey, can I mirror this?" Sure. Yeah, it happens. So I just mirrored it. That was it. I just mirrored it. For people that are honest, who know YouTube, know that's a common practice. It's a little bit frowned upon by YouTube, but they know it exists. That wasn't stealing intellectual property. Come on. That's mirroring, it's called. So I'm not talking about her striking that one. I'm talking about her striking a very different video that she tries to conflate the two because she's dishonest. Starless, I just think it's so awesome that you live rent-free in their heads. They're totally sick. And here's the thing. I don't think about them. When I'm at work or anything else, nothing. I have my own real life. Okay? I've lived in the city that I'm at for 30 years. Okay? So I don't know what do they think I do? To sit around and think about freaking Katie Joy all day long? No. When I'm off the computer, off a stream, I don't think anything about her. But all these people do is think about me 24 hours a day. Literally, they sit up and literally think about me 24 hours a day. That's bizarre. The dedication they have to me is surreal. But I don't know why. I really don't. I have no idea why. There are so many content creators out there that's so more justified worth of attention, and yet they go to me. I think it has to be either they're paid to do it, or they literally have such OCD psychopathy that once they latch onto something, it becomes a psychological thing. It's like, oh, I have to have this. Like, oh, here's my watch, right? Here's my watch. Oh my God, I have to have this watch. I'm obsessed about this watch. This is the best watch ever, right? It's either one of the two. They're either paid or they have mental problems. I don't know what other reason it would be. Or both. They're not mutually exclusive. Katie Joy keeps making a fool of herself and continues to harm people on the day. We all know this, right? But here's the thing, on my live chat, all of you, have any of you ever seen me in a group where we just sit there and plan anything nefarious or anything like that? I haven't been even a DM group with people in since 2021? I don't think I'm in, what DM groups am I in with Twitter? I don't think I'm in any, am I? Oh, I'm in one. I'm in Hereticals. I know that one. So I'm in Chris Hatley's heretical group. And any other one that I'm in is inactive because they don't come up. You know how if you get a message, it'll come up. I don't see really any groups coming up that I'm in. So the only active group that I think I'm even in on the Twitter DMs is Chris's group. Oh, maybe he's some kind of cult leader. Huh, that'd be a good narrative. Nonsense is Katie Joy's mouthpiece, in my humble opinion. Could be. Look, until recently, people are asking me my opinion about nonsense. I went on Tia's show. Tia said, hey, we're talking about nonsense. I said, look, I don't think Katie Joy's nonsense. People ask me about my opinion on that. I was like, no, it's most certainly not nonsense. Do I think she's related to her? Maybe. There might be some ties there. I don't have the evidence to say one way or another. Do I think it? Yeah, I do right now. Because of the fact that nonsense is just putting out so much misinformation about me that I know is wrong, yeah, then I'm going to doubt her. That's just human nature, right? So all nonsense would have to do is clear it up, is have a conversation with me like an adult. But I don't think she's going to, which proves to me even more that she's probably somehow tied to Katie more than she's letting on, But I said that, no, that's not Katie. This is what I'm saying. All these different narratives that get thrown out there about Katie, I'm not involved in any of them, for one. And two, I will only verify something, to my degree that I can, if I can. I couldn't make any correlation between nonsense and Katie being the same person. I couldn't do it. If you want half-ass fuckery, go to Unirock. He'd be happy to spew anything that comes to the top of his head. I'm not him. I'm the antithesis of Unirock. Unirock is a dishonestable piece of shit. Well, basically, he's a piece of talking fecal matter is what he is. And he has no honor, in my opinion. No honor, none. When you go after a woman that has nothing to do with anything because she's being kind, you're sick. You're sick. So I am the antithesis of Unirock. I don't share anything. I don't make private DMs public. I don't run half-ass narratives. I don't LARP. Everything I do is direct fact. I do logic. I have a paper out on logic. I'm not very good at logic. I mean, as far as like advanced stuff, but I have an undergraduate level, maybe. But I mean, my paper is in the top 0.5% on academic edu, tooting my own horn. Always try to throw that in, right? 1,200 views. Thank you very much. Read by Dr. Demi, who liked the paper, said that he couldn't find any substantive errors. But that's what I do. What is this narrative to think? What is nonsense thinking that I do on the internet? Really, seriously, what does she think that I do? I'm curious. Suzanne says, nonsense, Mackenzie, all same crawling out of the Marvin McRae thing. This is true, which I have nothing to do with. I believe that one of them is Mrs. Cartman Crane, which again, I don't know. I keep seeing that name. Erica keeps talking about it. Other people talk about it. I don't know who the hell Cartman Crane is. I don't know nothing about this. I've had people send me stuff on it, but I'm not, again, I don't think this way. They have no idea, no clue what cicada is. Of course they don't. Of course they, when Mackenzie, I heard Mackenzie say, Steve is super, what was her, what was the words to use? Whatever words, somehow that I'm involved in cicada. to try to debunk it. I don't do debunking like that. I debunk things like flat earth, maybe, young with creationism, things of that nature, but cicada, there's nothing to debunk. It's just it's a puzzle. And there are people on the internet that know more about it than what is out there. Wikipedia is very, very, that's not much on Wikipedia. But we know people that were directly involved with it. That's it. So yeah, clearly Mackenzie has no idea what the hell she's talking about. No, and it's the same thing with like when Unirock's putting out there about Picasso. Oh, Steve fabricated screenshots with Picasso, which is the photo arrangement thing. You can maybe do red eye or something on it. But this is what they put out. Catbug Steve is the only reason why I know who Katie Joy is. Don't blame that on me, Catbug Kapuga. Don't blame that on me. Who the Sam Hill is this nonsense person? No idea. She wanted my attention. She got it. Here it is. Here I am. You want to talk to me? Talk to me. It doesn't have to be, like I said, I don't want it live. Come to me like an adult if you want to have a conversation, you want to find out something. I'm happy to give you any information you want about Katie Joy or anything I have. Or I asked Erica, can I give her comms out? She says yes. Communications. So if she wants to see this huge conspiracy thing that Erica and I are fabricating things, bullshit. I've never fabricated anything, ever. Nothing. Not a screenshot, not a DM, nothing. Anybody says otherwise, I'm telling you right here now, is lying. Absolutely lying. And I can prove it. I have the original DMs with people, right? But unfortunately, I don't release DMs unless it gets to the point where it becomes legal matters or something along those lines. But I have, all my conversations with Erica. But she said, yeah, I'm okay with that. So why would Nonsense not want to reach out to me if she wants to find out the truth? There you go. Let's see here. Just like uni, chin without. Oh, is that chin without from Twitter? Without chin, is that her? She's funny. I like it. If that's the same one. Just like uni, nonsense takes what Katie says and spreads it as for his fact. Yes, I've noticed that in the last day or two. I didn't watch anything nonsense put out. It's always been on other channels, people talking about nonsense, but I don't have anything to do with that side of the internet. But it did seem that whatever Katie was putting out nonsense with her mouthpiece. Yeah, I think so. I agree. You don't go out of your way to discuss Katie. I don't. I really don't want to. People have to understand something. I loathed her. I'm honest about my feelings. When all this first started, it was a matter I just didn't like her, right? Very much. We got along initially, but then it got progressively worse. But over time, the more and more evil she did, the more my dislike came absolutely to hate. Yes, I hate her. I'm not, look, Jesus forgives. I don't. And so I have every right to hate this woman with every fiber of my freaking being. But I've never crossed any lines. I've never done anything unethical. At least I feel unethical. I hope nobody else feels unethical. If you think that I've done something unethical, just talk to me about it. Please. I'm serious. Talk to me about it. People that come to me, I don't block people that disagree on like other channels. And I mean that. People know that. I block trolls. But if you just have a simple disagreement, let's find out why. I've never called the police. I've never called CPS. I've never asked anybody to do anything like that. Ever. Anybody who's involved in that shit, I stay far away from. I don't want to be around those kinds of people. I think it's sick. I think it's duplicitous. I've told people, when you do that shit to Katie, all you're doing is giving her a fucking narrative. All you're doing is giving her ammo. And this is why I only worry about myself and the things she's done to me. But I also worry about people I do care about, like what she's done to Tina. She did some fucked up shit to Tina. And Tina, she's like, what have you do to Tina? Really? Really? So yeah, I do care that she's went after a few friends of mine. Susan says, Carmen Crane's another nutcase running around saying this stuff, promoting Union Rock. Go figure. No, Union Rock, I guarantee, has a huge amount of mouthpieces everywhere. Yeah, Union Rock has a bunch of... See, here's the thing, though. Either these people are doing it for free, which means they're sociopaths or psychopaths, right? Or two, they're being paid, but paid by whom? Union Rock ain't paying anybody to do shit. Somebody has to be paying him or paying them, right? That's the only two reasons why people would be deliberately putting out misinformation. It's either one, because they're sociopath or psychopaths to get off on it, or two, they're being paid. I can't think of another reason. Susan, I'm going to let you in here in a second. I'm going to open this up to you. But if you guys can think of another reason, please let me know. Chin Without says, the live nonsense did the other day with Katie Joy is totally planned. It seemed that way. Again, seemed. I can't prove it one way or another, but sure, it did seem planned. Those were staged questions, it seemed to me. But I don't know nonsense. I'm willing to give nonsense the benefit of the doubt. Just because. But I don't think she's going to take it. We'll see what happens. She'll she's going to watch this. But let's see if she takes me up my offer. If she does it, then I already have my answer. I'll just continue to believe that she's duplicitous, working with Katie. Okay, fine. That's what she wants me to believe. Whether it's true or not, right? She seems to want me to believe that because if she could correct it, all she has to do is talk to me. But let me rephrase that. I can understand maybe she doesn't want to, so I don't want to make it sound like, oh, either she talks to me or it proves that they're working together. It doesn't. Don't make that correlation. That would be a bad thing of logic. But it does reinforce my existing operating theory. The butterfly thing looks a little unethical, not gonna lie. What's that? It's not a butterfly. It's a cicada. How's that a butterfly? It's a cicada. So a butterfly is unethical, but a cicada is not? That's weird. I'm just kind of curious. Chin says, you're super kind. I appreciate that you respect everyone, no matter beliefs. Yes, I respect that. I appreciate that. And I know you're, because you told me on Twitter your affiliations. Yeah, look, I respect everybody's beliefs. I'm just curious about them. If people want to talk about them, we'll talk. You know, I know people from one end of the spectrum to the other. You know, I don't care if you're Christian, Catholic, Muslim, Jew, whatever. This is all about the discussions. It's all about the conversations. That's what I've always been. Everything I've ever talked about with people is about discussions, about having shows and having about dialogue. That's all it's ever been since I started on YouTube. The Great Debate community was about discussions. How people relate that to other stuff is really twisted. It really is. But yeah, people can believe what they want. I'm just kind of curious about it. I mean, my roommate, I love her to death. She's my sister. She literally is like family to me. She has some beliefs that I don't agree with, that I just, yeah, okay. But you know what she says? Steve, I know we don't have the same beliefs in that, and that we love each other for it. Sure. You know, it's like we don't have to have the same beliefs. I know people that are married that are once Christian, hardcore Christian, and then was hardcore atheist. It happens, you know. And I'm not even an atheist either. I'm not theist either, as people know. But yeah, so I mean, all right. Does anybody want to come in? I mean, I don't want to keep this too open for too much long because again, I don't like these 3-hour streams. They go nowhere. 90 minutes is usually where I wrap it up. First of all, Anisfrida, you're supposed to go home. You're supposed to be asleep, Anisfrida. But Anisfrida says, I cannot respect the belief of Yoga creationists, flatterers, vaccine truthers, or any fundamentalist religious maniacs, and several other groups, raving bonkers and others. And I agree with you on that, by the way. I respect beliefs, meaning that I respect their right to have them, right? A young earther can have the right to believe the earth is young. Do I have to respect that belief and not make fun of it sometimes? No, I do not have to respect the belief, right? You tell me the earth is flat, I'm going to think you're an idiot. I'm going to say you're an idiot. I will show you're an idiot. Sure, I respect you to have whatever belief you want the earth is flat. That doesn't make you any less of an idiot, right? And as Frida, I hope you understand where I'm coming from on that, Anna Frida. Anna Frida usually gets me. So do you agree the person has the right to think and believe whatever they want? And I respect their belief as far as their belief to have it. But if their belief is so egregious, right? So egregious, like flat earther, come on, that's been demonstrated as bullshit. Been demonstrated as BS. So yeah, in that case, that's going to think you're an idiot. But you tell me you're Catholic, I'm not going to think you're an idiot. Not at all. You tell me you believe in a Ouija board, I'm not going to think you're an idiot. I believed in a Ouija board at one time. It still freaks me out. There's still crap I want to talk about with Nikki about that we plan to do next month for Halloween month. It's things I can't explain. Doesn't make me an idiot. I have beliefs about, I've experienced some weird stuff. Do I believe it's supernatural? No, but it's weird stuff, right? So I can understand if somebody has like supernatural beliefs. I get it. I did it one time as well. I was a theist at one time too. That doesn't make somebody an idiot. What makes somebody an idiot is when you can read the science and show that certain things could not be the case, like flat Earth. Okay, you're an idiot. Does it make sense to people? Somebody I said the other day was like, Steve bashed Christians. They were literally in a live chat saying, I don't like Steve going on channels because he bashes Christians. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I did a show for a year with Reasons to Believe with Dr. Fuzz Rana under the heading of Dr. Ross, because Ross, it was his productions. So Dr. Ross was in the planning of it all. We went to Fullerton area. We sat in a big group and we designed the show. We were going to have the sets. It was all going to be in studio. We did a test stream in studio, an hour-long test thing. It came out really well. But because of the COOF, we had to do it online, so it wasn't as effective, right? It didn't work out as well. But that was all that the Reasons to Believe, the Agree to Argue show, was supposed to be in studio. They designed a show specifically for me and Dr. Fuzz Rana to talk about these topics as a believer and a non-believer. I have the utmost respect for Fuzz Rana and Hugh Ross and Reasons to Believe and their secretary. They've been nothing but kind to me. Nothing but kind to me. Do I agree with some of their religious beliefs? No. But that's why they had me on, to talk about these things. So anybody out there, you ever hear somebody say, Steve, bashes on Christians, they're lying to you, because many of my audience are Christians. And I'm working on something. I'm doing a review of a video from a Christian that was like 5 minutes long. I like the small review videos. I usually tear apart bad atheist arguments. This one's, I'm going to kind of tear apart a bad theist argument. But that doesn't bash them for what they believe. It just means I think the argument's bad. Ouija board, people over 12 use those things. That's about the age I was at. It was during high school. Shame with that. I never heard Steve bash Christians. Yeah, it never happened. Now Katie Joy, she bashes Christians. Yeah, all the time, but not Steve. Yeah, I think they again, they put out, but all it takes is one person to float something where people start thinking. It's an earworm. It gets in a brain worm. It goes in your ear, goes in your brain. Oh, I've heard Stephen. Why don't I call myself Stephen? Nobody calls me Stephen except my mom and a few people at work. But my real name is Stephen. I was like, hang on. Oh yeah, but all I gotta hear is one thing. Is like, oh, Steve bashes Christians. Now all of a sudden that's out there, and this is something that they noticed in what we call Operation Mindfuck, where all you gotta do is put anything out. It still gets out there, whether it's true or not. That's why I have very closed communications with people, because I have my own set of records of facts, right? My own database, so to speak, right? Of everything that I've experienced, everything that I've had, like Katie Joy's ridiculous allegations. I have evidence against all that, right? But all it takes is one person say, oh, look, I mean, like, you guys remember when people put out, the judge read all the evidence and Katie Joy's TRO and it got put under the Violence Against Women's Act. Well, it came out later that it was impossible. That was not true. I have correspondence with my lawyer saying that never happened. Who are they going to believe? A lawyer or some idiot in the YouTube going, "Oh, this is the case"? When any lawyer that with their salt goes, "No, that's not possible." So again, but it only takes one person to feed that machine to get that misinformation out there. It only takes one. Unirock. So not saying that he was the source of that. I'm just saying that Unirock is a king of that, right? He has a working machine to do that. He sits in Discord. They'll come up with some nonsense, and then just throw it out there, and then it just goes out in the ether. He knows how that works. It's a basic human thing on psychology, right? And that's how they tear apart communities. That's how they get people not to trust people. You know, if somebody came to me, for example, and they say, "Hey, look, like here's." Yeah, I'll bring Suzanne up right now. And then, but if somebody says, "Oh, hey, do you know, I got some stuff on Suzanne that she was saying this, and this," and I'd be like, first of all, I'd be like, "Oh, okay, let me go talk to Suzanne about it," right? And it's funny because Suzanne actually has something similar to that. You know what? But she was an adult and she came right to me about it. And we figured it out because people lie. Guess what? People lie. Oh, shit. Can't use streamers because I'm in here. Shoot. Okay, I'll get a Google. I'll get a Google Meet. I'm not showing you anyways, Suzanne. So let me just get a Google Meet link. Real quick. But isn't that funny though that, you know, like people hear gossip, right? There's a bunch of gossip mongers. But I go right to the source. And you know what it does? It strengthens my relationship with that person. Because I know I can trust that person. I know if they hear something, they're going to go, "Hey, Steve, I heard this. Can I ask you about it?" Renell does that quite often. "Hey, Steve, I have a question for you. Here's your answer." Doesn't mean they believe it. It just means that they've heard something and maybe they want to be able to understand what was the reason for this, right? I'm getting it right now. Suzanne, I will send it to you on Twitter. The tweets, the tweets. Oh my God, I just saw what you wrote. Oh my God, Suzanne, I can't read all that. Come on in. I'll look at it, but. Yeah, come on up. Talk about that if you want. Yeah, that's a good summary there, Suzanne. But that's a lot to go over. It's Carmen Crane. Okay, so Carmen Crane is a Facebook group that's the name comes up, and again, I've joined some groups, but I'm not active in it. I'm not active in any of them. So maybe there is a group that Carmen Crane's name is that I'm in. That might be true. Yeah. But I've never talked to this person, Carmen Crane, whoever they are. Yeah, Suzanne says people do lie, and that's the thing, it's so funny. Nobody, and they have tried. Welcome. Let me get your mic on here. You can turn off your video, say bandwidth.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of how do I do that?
Hand check. Suzanne, hand check. Let me check her hands. Okay. Let me see your hands. Okay, just kidding. So. Are you there, Mike? Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah. I left my mic on. I just turned my camera off because I'm a hot mess. I just got from a nap.
Did you hear me about the hand check?
No.
Okay, hand check.
Hand check. Look, here are my hands. I have no weapons. I'm just irritated. And now my hands are inflamed after starting to type out the history because it's a long one. Yes. It's a long, quick one.
Well,
I didn't even know any of these people existed till like 2 months ago.
No, and me either, right? No, none of these.
Yeah.
And by the way, just let me wrap this up before you start talking about stuff, so I get to make the point. Nobody that I can think of has successfully made anybody me to friend anybody by gossip and rumor. Matter of fact, people have said don't talk to somebody, and I'll say, look, I will decide for myself when the time's right. Anybody who tells me don't talk to this person, I don't listen to them, and then they force it. I usually block them because, again, I don't like being told who I can and cannot talk to. I will talk to who I want, when I want, why I want, for any reason I want. I appreciate the advice, right? I always do. But if they say, hey, look, Suzanne is doing all this weird stuff, I'm going to come to her about it. Right? Yeah. So it's nobody's ever get me to say, oh my God, I just believe you by fiat. I'm going to start blocking all my friends. Come on. But anyways, that's the point. And in fact, Suzanne and I trust each other. I trust her. I know I can trust her. And no offense, she may not get all the facts right, but I don't get all the facts right. But we correct them.
Yeah, we do. We do correct them when we get them wrong. Yeah. And I'm just super sick of everybody and their brother coming to me going, oh, Steve did this, Steve did that. And I'm kind of like, dislike Steve if you want. Be my guest. I'm not going to try to make
why don't they do that with me? Why don't they go to me and say, hey, Steve,
I've said that.
Suzanne this, or Nikki did this, or but I'm saying that they don't. I don't have people coming, hey, Suzanne did this, or Tina did this, or Aaron did this. I don't think I've seen anybody do this. Nobody's done this to me.
Of course not.
But they all come to you about me. Why?
I wish I freaking knew. That's why I've had to address the subject of you so many times recently. Because it's like every time I turn around, someone's sliding my DMs, calling me names because I refuse to kick you to the curb.
Are they trolls or just people you know?
No, it's trolls and a combination of people I know from the pork chop group.
Oh God. What happened to her? She's the same pork chop that used to be around a year ago, because they don't seem like the same person.
I think they're like 4 different people using that one account, as far as I could tell. I can see there's 4 different personalities.
Yeah, it's very different personalities.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty markedly different, so it's not hard to figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
this all came out of the Marvon McRae thing. All these crazy people just spilled out of that. It's like you hit the crazy pinata and they all spilled out. I'd never seen anything like it in my years of writing, even with KJ.
But how am I involved in this? Have I done any episodes?
I'll tell you how you're involved in this. Yeah, please do,
because I've not talked about Marvon McRae, Letitia, Dre, any of them on my channel that I'm aware of. I didn't even know who the relationship was until just not too long ago. I was asking to know, is this the mother, the wife? I don't know.
Yeah, same here. I didn't know either until I started doing a little tiny bit of digging, because there was just so much going on with Molly GoLightly and KJ, and I was trying to figure out who the players were. So I looked into that a little bit. But what it was all of these people, and they all started acting sort of crazy. I blocked them all because they were all trying to talk to me, and it was just overwhelmingly nuts stuff. And when I did that, Erica started talking to everybody in the community, not just you, Steve.
Right. No, I know that.
He's talked to like everybody. I was
in hang out with her tonight, talked to her directly, seen her, know that she exists, real person. I asked her explicitly, how many people have you been sending this to? The number's around 12 to 15. That seems to be accurate to me. The people that have talked to me about it seems to be about that. It could be much more, but we'll 15.
I think it's more.
It probably is, but we'll go with 15. At least sounds reasonable, right?
Yeah,
it's probably more, but we'll go with that. But go ahead.
She came to the community because Mrs. Cartman Crane had a falling out with KJ. They were both members of Justice for Vaughn when all this went down. They had a falling out. They were both kicked out of Justice for Vaughn. Mrs. Cartman Crane lost her mind, started a Facebook group going after KJ, and started sharing everybody's videos in there and what they would say about KJ. She started sharing some Unirock stuff. And I said, hey, now wait a minute. You may not want to share Unirock to her. The only time I've ever talked to Mrs. Cartman Crane, and she went nuclear with me. And so I'm kind of like, yep, nope. Block. Since that time, she's probably had 10 or 15 Facebook groups torn down by Facebook. She's changed her name a bunch of times. She's written that she's a journalist. So I mentioned her a couple times when I did live streams and said, hey, if you see this person, run for the damn hills. They're nuts. Well, Erica started sliding into my DMs, started sliding into my live chats, started hitting me up on Twitter. And the story was always the same. It's like, you're being mean to Miss Cartman Crane. You don't know what you're talking about. And then it became, you're harming my bottom line. You're hurting my finances. You're hurting my finances. I'm like, how am I hurting your finances? So every time she threw out an allegation, I'd ask her about it. She couldn't answer. So finally I just said, hell with you, block. And that was that.
Wait. Okay, so this Cartman Crane person who I've never, I as far as I know, I don't think I've ever talked to or have any. I don't know.
I only did the once.
Yeah, I don't talk to them. I mean, if I know this Cartman Crane person, please let me know. But
I don't think.
What about the bottom line? Is she attacking Katie for profit?
She is another one trying to claim she's a journalist, trying to attack Katie for profit. From what I can tell, it looks like
that's the wrong reason.
And it looks like there's a touch of maybe something going on, obsessively mental. And
Katie seems to collect those types for some reason. I don't know why.
She does. She
right? And when they go south, they go south.
So after I blocked Erica, I had a bunch of people reach out to me from Facebook and say, hey, this woman is hated. And they have groups against her on Facebook. And I've gone in and looked at what they all have to say. She's gone from community to community to community, sown all kinds of discord, started shit.
Mm-hmm. Erica.
Mm-hmm. Erica has faked legal document after legal document, some of them badly, made all kinds of allegations. So she seems like a less successful Katie because she keeps getting run out of every community. So the Marvon McRae thing was just a new community for her. So now she's trying to get into the anti-KJ community. Molly GoLightly said that Katie had 14 restraining orders because of what Erica said.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, I don't know.
There's no proof of it whatsoever.
I couldn't find anything on him.
And the paperwork that Erica was showing, it may have had a number on it, but it doesn't show up anywhere on, Minnesota and their legal documents. There's no verification of it at all.
Right. No, I agree with
you. It hasn't been served. It hasn't been anything.
And here's an interesting point. Again, I'm just inquiring because I don't know whether Erica has faked anything or not. I have no idea. It's some of the stuff. It seems pretty legit to me. Okay, I'm not going to front. It seems pretty legit, so I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. But I also respect you, and I know you're not an idiot. So there's a tension. Yeah. There's a tension here on the belief, right? There's a tension which I know you better, obviously, clearly. But I mean, there are some things that Erica at least has shown that's consistent. You agree with that?
Well, consistent with the crazy. I'm just going to say, I'm just going to go there because my interactions with her, it was just so over the top with her claiming all the time that I was harming her financial bottom line. I was stopping her from making money. And I kept saying, how am I stopping you from making money? And she didn't explain. So I started thinking that her and Cartman Crane may be the same person.
Well, I don't know Cartman Crane, but here's the thing.
It's a possibility, but I don't know.
But this is what people don't understand. Suzanne and I, we don't do any of this for any of the freaking profit or anything like that. There's not. Look, I make less now than I ever did. Okay, I make less now on internet than I ever did. Why? Because I have a job and I just don't have to. I can't put out as much as I want. I'm still trying. I'm still going to put out content to my subscribers, my members, my Patreon. I'm still going to put out content, and I appreciate the fact they've been realizing that I just been working a lot, and plus I'm not feeling well at all. The day was especially difficult.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Steve, because I've had my own share of struggles with that, as you all know.
Everybody, look, it's everybody has their own shit, right? Tina's got, her own thing. You've got your own
thing. Tina too.
Right. So, I mean, all of us does. And so, we all have to kind of support each other at the same time, take care of ourselves, right?
Yeah.
But the main thing is that they think for some reason they're like, all these people think that they're like this. We're not them. We fact check.
I know.
We make sure, and in fact, the whole Facebook group that Tina had that I was an admin for, all it was Katie's own words. Until other people started,
have to use.
Right, other people started putting shit in there. But They think that just because I hate Katie, that somehow I'm going to be an ally to everybody who comes along. No.
Exactly.
I have my own reasons for detesting Katie, and if people align with that and they could show me they have their own reasons too, and we could work together to show people what a duplicitous person she really is, then sure. But that,
to use a hoary old chestnut, the enemy of your enemy is not your friend.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And there's certain people. I mean, there's certain people that are I'll consider their enemies that I just may not trust as much, but I'm willing to at least utilize them only because they're the lesser. Okay, when it comes to Katie, she's 3 or 4 standard deviations away from norm. We're talking. Okay, so the more problematic content creators are only like 1 standard deviation. Yeah, I can deal with it. Okay, but then they project it onto me. You know, like Steve's just like, really? I have for almost 10 years put out as much factual information as I can. It wasn't until I met this asshole Unirock and Katie Joy, all of a sudden, wow, Steve's just a horrible person. Steve has all these things because they threw out a bunch of shotgun, and they've been stalking me ever since because of the GDC and the Non Sequitur show.
Yeah, and now I'm on Unirock's radar. I'm getting shit from him. And
well, and so is Rennell, which pisses me off even more. No offense. You know, you can handle yourself, and so can Rennell. But Rennell didn't deserve anything. You at least, you know, you insert yourself. Right. Rennell did nothing wrong. You didn't either, but I'm just saying, you know.
I like to poke badgers with spoons every now and then.
you can poke the bear and you know it, okay? She doesn't, though.
Right.
That's a difference.
There is a difference there. And Rennell is completely innocent in this deal.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's so frustrating about when he starts flapping his vape-addled gums about anything. It's just like, nope.
Well, like I said, this is what I'm saying. Either the people that follow him are either true sociopaths, psychopaths, or they're being bought off, or a combination, or they just don't care. They don't care. I mean, when this idiot sits there and tries to run all these bullshit narratives that any person with 2 working brain cells would go, yeah, that's just fucking stupid. Then you know these people have to be psychotic or sociopathic. There's no other explanation for it unless they're somehow profiting off of it. I mean, what's the other explanation? Okay, give me brainstorm with me.
Brain cells. That's the only thing I can think of. If you're not very educated and you got other stuff going on, then this guy might look like a god to you.
I put that under sociopathic. So okay, we'll differentiate sociopathic, which includes psychopathic, dumb, just stupid as shit, or paid off, or a combination of all 3. Those are not mutually exclusive. I don't know what other else would be. One of those 3 categories, because the things he puts out there, just anybody in the right mind would know is just trolling.
Bullshit.
It's bullshit. Bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously with him. So, and then you got this nonsense on the web. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to throw something out here that you haven't mentioned. I've seen this, and others who've watched this, what Katie says, have seen this. Katie has used Nonsense on the Web's Facebook account.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that.
And posted as herself.
I know, we saw that. That did look really shifty.
So there's something there. There's some connection. I don't know what the connection is.
Yeah.
But there's a connection there.
Yeah, that's actual evidence of because that was clearly Katie posting under her thing because she had responded as Katie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's another one that I've auto blocked. Yes. I mean,
somebody says Erica can't be all that bad. And again, I don't know. I'm giving Erica some benefit of the doubt. As long as she's civil to me.
Yeah. Keep yourself thinking that if you want, but don't believe her. There are whole hate groups devoted to her, just like there are Katie Joy, and
you might be right. And you might be right. And by the way, no disrespect to Erica, but I'm going to look into what Suzanne has to say too, because I haven't bothered to. No offense, because I didn't want to be a part of any of this fuckery. Didn't care.
It is fuckery. It's extreme fuckery.
Care
right now. Which is why I just block them quickly because I don't have time for that nonsense.
Right, that's what I do. I block people left and right when they just look. Here's the rule of thumb: you want to come to me like an adult and have a conversation, fine. If you come on my webpage and you start spewing shit in your just whatever, you're blocked. I don't have time to it. I don't have time for it. I don't care. I really don't fucking care. I don't know why people don't understand that. I don't watch any of this shit. I have nothing to do with any of this shit. I don't care. The only reason I'm even doing a video on it tonight is because nonsense, asks me to reach out to her, and then says, well, I'm not interested anymore. Well, what changed here? Especially when I hear somebody on your fucking video accusing me of a crime of hacking and have to do with Cicada. What the hell?
That's just ridiculous.
Anybody who knows anything about Cicada knows that's stupid. It's nonsensical. So obviously, Mackenzie
Why did
knows.
She not have two-step authentication on there like the rest of us that never get hacked?
I've never been hacked. I have very strong passwords, very, very strong passwords on almost all my stuff. Some of the passwords I can't even know what they are because I have to look them up when I want to use them.
Right. Same thing.
Right.
No one hacks me because they can't.
Yeah. I vary my own passwords and I forget them so many times. I change them frequently. So any password from 3 months ago is probably gonna be different. But they say that you shouldn't do that, by the way, but they kind of forces you to in some things. Right? Password resets and things of that nature. But when somebody tells me that, oh, you're using hacking software that's similar to Cicada, that tells me two things. One, you know less than I do about hacking, which is pretty nothing, but you also don't know nothing about Cicada. Because these were dealing with graphics stuff. Graphics.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to ask my son about it. He's one of those nerds that works for the federal government doing computer crap like this.
Yeah, it wasn't hacking. Cicada dealt with it dealt with there's a crypto coin on it now, but it dealt with cryptography. Yeah. Not hacking. Those are vastly different things.
I figured it might have been.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not even a hacking system. It's nothing to do with hacking. It has to do with cryptography. It's like, really? So this tells me that Mackenzie is either, okay, so let's run your three things here. Mackenzie's either a sociopath or psychopath who doesn't care about the truth. She's dumb as shit, or she's being paid. What other options are there?
I think that there's going to be some from column A, some from column B, some from column C.
Fair enough.
Okay, I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. And I figured out also about Erica. She does have a YouTube channel, but she has like 30 members or something. So I finally figured out that's what she was talking about when she said I was impacting her dollar bottom line. She thought she was going to make a zillion on YouTube talking about Katie, I guess. I don't know. But that's the only thing that makes any kind of sense. But then again, I'm trying to make sense out of crap that doesn't make sense.
Riddle me this then. I am probably, in some ways, Katie Joy's arch nemesis of all time, in many ways. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but you know the history, right? You know that I probably have every reason to hate her and loathe her more than any person on the planet, except for maybe one other two people. There is one.
You are her Riddler to her Batman. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not profiting off Katie Joy. I've lost thousands of dollars because of Katie Joy.
Right.
I'm not doing so. All these other influencers, all these other content creators are talking about Katie that get all these super chats and everything because they're talking about Katie. I'm not that person. Do you see my fucking live chat lining up with super chats? By the way, feel free to send super chat.
No, yours line up about as much as mine, but I don't ask for them. And there are some creators that will ask for them, and that's why they get so many of them.
I've been promoting my own stuff lately, but it's usually on my philosophical content and things of that nature and on Sequitur Show. This kind of content, I don't really do it because it's related to Katie Joy. But hey, sure, knock yourself out. Send a $2 super chat. I can use the money. I need some coffee. But you don't see me making the money off these other content. These content creators are making bank off Katie Joy. So what is my reason for doing it? Oh, maybe because I have legit issues with the woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Did anybody think about that? Maybe there's no alternative motive. I'm not obsessed with her. I couldn't care less about her as a person. I care what she's done to me and other people. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't think about her at all when I'm not doing something like this at all, ever. At least I try not to. Sometimes, obviously, she might come into my mind.
Yeah, exactly.
But other than that, look, when people know now that I'm doing loss prevention. I do security work. So when I'm, in a security-minded eye, you think I have time to be thinking about that kind of shit? No, I need to be concentrating. I got to catch the bad guys. It's so funny. I had somebody to tell you that there's a bike outside. And somebody grabbed the bike and ran, and one of the other security guards from another company freaking chased them down, just ripped them off the bike because they knew the guys.
Oh wow!
They knew the bike's owner, right? They recognized the bike and the other thing, and they saw it there, and they recognized that the person who grabbed it wasn't the bike's owner because they lived in the same community. And so I was like, damn! I watched it happen. I was like, damn!
Oh man,
story.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is so crazy. Yeah. And so we all have, real lives to deal with. We can't spend every day obsessing over Katie Joy.
Right, we don't care.
I try not to talk about her anymore, because
it's
every
hard.
time I do, I feel like I have to scrub myself with steel wool afterwards, and hot water and alcohol, because it's vile. I know I'm going to get shit from the husband for talking about her again tonight.
Right, probably, right? It's like,
Yeah.
And it's the thing. You talk about something, all of a sudden you're obsessed. Go, look, only recently have I brought up Katie Joy again, because, again, Katie Joy has harmed this family with Letitia. That's all I know about. That's the only reason I started bringing it up again. But I don't know anything more about it other than she's harming a family. And if she's harming a family, I want to say, hey, look, people, she's harmed other people too, and get the information out there. Go read my blog. That's it.
Exactly.
My big money blog that I made $22 on. That she's like, oh, Steve's profiting from this. $22 I profited. Okay.
Yeah, but they all think we're making bank off of her. Nope. I make yard money and that's it. So
Paul Blart is that I don't work in a mall.
Yeah.
Fecal Feeder says,
So
I've heard your issues.
is.
I've never heard your issues. Please tell us. Is he asking me my issues for Katie? There's nobody on this planet doesn't know my issues with Katie by now, I don't think. Yeah, I find that hard to believe there's nobody that doesn't know my backstory with Katie. But anyways, so let's get back to the whole nonsense thing. Why would nonsense want to, again, reach out to me? Or not reach, well, she said, reach out to her, said, have a message. And then I messaged Mackenzie, you got some shit wrong, which she didn't correct. And then I messaged nonsense in 3 different places. One on one of her videos, one on my own Facebook page, and one in Instant Messenger. She shows the one in Instant Messenger trying to say there's some alt account. No, it's me. Hello. And that she no longer wants to talk to me because I have some kind of ties with Erica that I don't necessarily have. The only thing I have with Erica is she's talked to me like she has 15 other freaking people, at least.
At least.
Yeah.
I think she's just screwing with you.
Probably. Todd says I need to see those receipts that $22. I have them, Todd. I literally have them to talk to me. I swear to God, I have it. I literally have it.
That's right.
Yeah. I thought Mackenzie didn't accuse her of crimes, accuse Erica. No, it sounded like Mackenzie was saying that I hacked her computer, or was it Erica hacking her computer, or something along those lines. That's what I seem to have heard. If she didn't,
well, the hacking claim is a new one.
Yeah, but when you listen to that hangout, did it? I don't want to miss. Look, I do not want to say she said something she didn't say or get this wrong, but it seemed to me when I was listening with other people, I was in a hangout with one other person who told me about this. They said, she's accusing you of hacking. And I listened very closely. And she said, Steve, Steve something or other. And she was using tools or programs or software, something relating to Cicada. It sounded like she was saying that I was the one hacking her. Now, again, maybe I misconstrued. Maybe. Look, I'm willing to talk to people about it. I want to get to the truth of things. But when she said that I have this obsession with Cicada, then I know she's already dishonest, right? I know she's lying. Because I've only started talking about that for 3 weeks. And it's only because I was doing a show on it. Literally on Non Sequitur.
Shaking my head. You can't see it here, but I'm shaking my head. Yeah. It's just crazy.
So Greenworm says you hacked oatmeal or something like that. Yeah, it seemed to be that's what she was saying. And took files. That's what I was getting out of this. And if that's the case, then she's accusing me of a crime, which is absolutely ridiculous. That's Katie Joy level shit.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know this person.
They're all interconnected. I think they're all interconnected, though. I really do.
Riddle me this. The only connection I've ever had with a Mackenzie person is through Twitter DM. How do you hack somebody through Twitter DM? That's a pretty good skill level. It's impossible. Of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even to bring up my name on something like that, Mackenzie, you were just dishonest. Straight up dishonest. Spin it any way you want to your little group, but anybody who knows me knows that's bullshit. Again, I have no hacking skills. People know that it took 3 days for me to learn a simple thing of Python.
You sound like me now. I was just going to say with her, she popped up in the community, acted like she knew everybody and everything. And for me, that's always a red flag. I put people on mute when they do that. Or block them.
So I heard, and this again, I'm just going to throw it out there because this is something I have heard, that Mackenzie was going out saying that she's known me a lot longer. because I don't know.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah, her first message to me was on September 10th. I looked.
Oh, wow. I guess that's longer in her mind.
Yeah, right. 13 days, 2 weeks. Yeah, we go way back.
Yeah.
Ellie and Katie Joy were both in nonsense chat this afternoon. It has been uncomfortable, but it went okay. Some went after Ellie. I feel bad for her. Oh, well, here's the thing. I know from a fact that Katie Joy has been after Ellie for a very long time. And we're talking about Ellie B, I assume, right? Leslie Bass.
Right. I know who you're talking about.
And Leslie and I have long since put things under the bridge. Long since.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Everybody knows by now I adore Leslie's sister, right? Flossie.
Flossie.
She's one of the sweetest people I've ever had the pleasure of talking to. So she knows that I've always been a Flossie supporter. But Katie Joy literally did go after Leslie's channel. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I have the evidence for that. She went after my channel. So, it's so funny because Leslie is a content creator that does content similar to Katie's that would be in conflict where Katie would want it, just like Molly GoLightly was. These were competitors. She saw them as competition. I'm not in competition with Katie. I don't do content on that kind of stuff.
Yes, but they're not the same. They're not the same. They do it a totally different way. And I don't understand why Katie can't see there's room for everybody. Everybody does their own thing however they can. But she sees everything as a threat. Are you threatening me? Like,
right.
Cornholio.
Right. Well, yeah, she thought that a crystal ball with a ray gun was on emojis was Toddy Westbrook threatening to kill her.
Yeah, no, how silly. No common sense, without a speck of common sense.
All right. Well, anyways, I don't know where else to go with this. I don't want to turn into a 3-hour stream. But did I make my point?
No.
Did I make my point that nonsense? Yeah, I do think she's working with Katie somehow. If she wants to just sway me of that, okay, fine. If she doesn't, that's fine too.
He clearly is working with Katie Joy. Clearly.
I'm willing to give her the benefit of the doubt, though. I'm one of the very few people it takes a lot to convince. You know this.
Yeah.
I
know that.
You know that, but you know I'm fair. And you know that once I'm convinced, I have absolutely reasons to believe it, and the evidence bar none, right? I have a very high threshold. Why? Because I know what it's like to be falsely accused, right? And so I give the benefit of the other. And maybe it's too much. Maybe you are right, Suzanne. Maybe I give too much, and I get fucked for it. I get it, but I'm willing to listen to people. If nonsense has a shred of integrity, talk to me. It doesn't have to be on air, right? Just talk to me. If you want other people involved, we can have a little group meeting, right? Nonsense, me, you, Aaron, Tina, and just talk. If she wants to record it, she can. She can record it. She can put it on her own channel. I don't give a flying fuck. But anything I show her has to be in private because there might be some private information. But she can see anything she wants to see. Given permission, obviously. Erica gave me permission.
Yep. Yeah. Well, good luck with that. I don't think it'll happen. I guess I'm old and cynical, and I think that all of these people are all kinds of effed in the heads, which is why I block them all rather than have anything to do with them because it's just ridiculous.
No,
I don't have time for this.
I don't blame you. And I didn't want to. Like I said, you got nonsense, wanted my attention. She has it. Here I am. Talk to me like an adult.
Well, I never even thought about warning you about Erica because I warned a couple of people like Mr. Wolf. I warned him about her. And sure enough, the second I told him about her, she popped up in his DMs with some of her allegations.
What I want to do is this. I won't have time tonight probably, but let's get together. I will look at whatever you have, but would you mind, after I see what you have, let me ask Erica about it. Is that cool?
Oh, that's cool, except that I didn't save anything. I'd have to go, but you'd have to go back and find the live stream that she popped up in. I mean, I just got her blocked on everything.
Yeah, Mr. Blackwolf. Yeah.
And it's very little.
Okay.
Yeah, but I have to go back and make sure that the Yahoo groups, the Facebook groups are there because she's tried to have those removed as well, which is what happened with Cartman Crane. All of her crap has been pulled off several times.
Okay.
So it's kind of hard to tell the players without a map.
Right, it really is, right? But here's the thing. I have to realize that, yes, in some way, I'm a player per se, by de facto, right? But I'm not an active one. I don't give a shit about any of this. I never have, and yet
I know
this is the only reason I'm doing a stream on this is because, again, nonsense had reached out to me, and I'm going to say, look, You reached out to me. You want to have a conversation, let's have a conversation. That's it. And then to Molly GoLightly, same thing. We probably should talk. I have nothing against Molly GoLightly. She has her own different kind of content. Some things she's done is funny. Some things I didn't think so much. But you know what? She seems to be a decent person, right?
Yeah.
And that's all I go by. Molly GoLightly seems like a decent person. If you don't like her, okay. She's never done anything against me. She doesn't know me.
Well, you're nicer than me.
We never
Molly's
talked.
the only one I would talk to. Molly and Justin, I would talk to them. The rest of them, kind of like that old military saying, kill them all, let God sort them out. I'm kind of like block them all, let God sort them out, because I don't have time, patience, or anything else right now.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm gonna end this. If you guys
I'll see you guys later.
Yep. Thank you. If you guys got messages,
I'll try not to write you any more novels on Twitter.
I'll catch up. I promise. All right.
I'll talk to you later.
All right. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
All right. So kind of recap. Like Molly's a good person, and she seems to be. Look, I think Molly does have a good heart. From what I've seen of Molly GoLightly, she looks like she has a good heart. Okay, I don't know her though. Some people like her, some people don't. It's welcome to the community. That the community's out there. They're welcome to YouTube. Okay, you don't have to watch who you like or don't watch or whatever. Kind of bug you should have that conversation on Modern Day Debate. Fun fact: Modern Day Debate was trying to have me to do a debate, and I said, okay, this is what I want to do a debate on my paper, but I'd like to find me somebody who has a PhD or a master's degree to go over with me. He couldn't. None of them would disagree. He couldn't find anybody. There's nobody that found any substantial mistakes in my paper. So I said, okay, just find somebody with a reasonable understanding of my paper. Couldn't find anybody. The only person that wants to do it is Steve Hoyt, who I respect, but I just have other reasons why I don't want to do that with Steve Hoyt. But other than that, I want to find somebody who's really wants to argue my paper, and I would do it on Modern Day Debate. But as far as like Molly GoLightly and them, yeah, I've never talked to the woman. I'm sure she's pretty decent, I guess. I mean, she seems to be, like I said, she seems to be one of those people that really does wear her heart on her sleeve and gets her in trouble. I do believe that. Justin seems really down to earth. Justin seems legit, right? I mean, that I like the way he does his streams. I like the way he pontificates on things. Maybe right, maybe wrong, but you know, he's a good conversationalist. I like conversation. I consider myself to be a semi-conversationalist. I'm not as proficient as many people on the internet. Never claimed to be. I'm no Destiny, but I'm a conversationalist. I like to talk. As far as Charlotte, yeah, Charlotte, reach out to me. I have emailed you. Okay, that is me. People have had fake emails about me. I get that, right? We all know who has faked my emails before, and fake messages. Don't say her name because she'll appear. But that is the real me. I did message you, Charlotte. So if you do watch this, let's have a conversation. Like I said, on the phone, in a hangout off air. I like to coordinate with things with you, things that I know or have seen that you have, because I think we both got played a little bit somewhere down the line. And like I said, Charlotte has never really gone out of her way to like screw me. I mean, sure, she disagreed with me on stuff and maybe has said some negative things, but whatever. I'm an adult. But I like to talk to her. The people I will never have a conversation with be Kay Baxter, Waxy, those two. Oh my God. Kay Opinionated, you are just disgusting. T-Spiracy, you are nastier than even that. So those people, never again. Well, I've never talked to Kate in the first place, actually, or Waxy. That's the funniest part. Never had a conversation with either one of them. Nope. I don't recall ever talking to either one of them, did I? Because if I did, I certainly don't recall. But that's it. Those are my messages. All of them. Charlotte, that's my message to you. You want to talk? Give me a holler, man. I nothing against you. I really don't. Justin, really want to have a talk to you because there might be things that you may not know about that you might be interested in. Molly, I don't know why she would reach out to me, but if she ever wants to come and talk about anything, that's fine too. And then nonsense. Just have a conversation. But if anybody doesn't, that's fine. Yeah. By the way, you're probably a funny person, but I don't do trolling in my live chat. Even it just doesn't happen. So sorry. Don't mean to the only fun troll I like is Kyle's lawyer. That was the name of her account. So what was the other things? So more wrap up. McKinsey, holding influencers accountable. You are dishonest. straight up dishonest. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You released my DMs proving you can't be trusted. I messaged you saying you never gave you the right to release my DMs. So right there, you're dishonest. 2, you related me to something that I have nothing freaking to do with because I was doing a story on it, claiming that I was trying to hack you. You're dishonest. And what was the other thing? Oh yeah, that you think that I somehow forged paperwork with Erica. You're dishonest. Never has happened. Okay, so you're done with you don't ever contact me, Mackenzie. You're blocked. I want nothing to do with you. You are just beyond somebody. Look, when you start spewing stuff like that, you really need to divide some facts with that. And there was no facts in that at all in that hangout. So it irritates me in the fact that this person came to me in earnest, and I answered their questions in earnest. I answered their questions honestly, right? And that to have them twist it and then have nonsense say that, oh yeah, Steve said that, oh, he verified that there was an RO, blah, 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 out of context, because when you share screenshots like from DMs, it's almost always going to be out of context. Almost always. And that's how trolls work. So Mackenzie, I believe, is working with a troll group. Absolutely believe that's what a troll would do. But like I said, nonsense, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt for right now. You got my attention, you want it, fine. If not, mazel tov. Be good, go with God, so to speak. I couldn't care less. Just get my name out of your mouth, because I have nothing fucking to do with any of this shit. Okay? And if you do talk about me, at least get shit right. Talk to people that know me. Talk to people that can give you evidence. But so far, nonsense has not reached out to any people that I know to get evidence, or to get their stories, or to get facts, or nothing. Which tells me she's probably not that honest either, but I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt for right now, but we'll see what happens. I think that's fair. It might not be. Look, if I'm not being fair, please tell me. But when you allow somebody to go on your channel to spew nonsense like K Opinionated did with Katie, because K Opinionated allowed Katie to come on saying that I was sending death threats to somebody that never happened, was proven didn't happen, and you're allowing the same thing on your channel, how are you any different than Kay Baxter? That's not how content creators should be. So I can't believe how many trolls are out there. Yeah, I know. Anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. It's been way longer than I even wanted, and I apologize for that. Leave a message in my comment section if you have questions. Direct DM me on Twitter, email me. Hopefully, I'll start. I don't know if I ever feel better at this point. It's just so many things. But anyways, if something ever happens to me, people know how to get my stuff. And somebody had asked who Kano is. I already said Kano is my roommate. That's known me 15 years. If you ever want to reach out to her, you better be civil, because she don't tolerate nonsense. No offense, no pun. But nobody's ever going to be able to sway her, because she's known me in real life. People don't go after people that know me in real life because they know better. The people that that do know what's going on in my real life think these people are just sick fucks, because they've known me 30 years. I have babysitters that I've known all my life on my Facebook page. So I mean, I have a long history of people that actually know me in real life, and I'm nothing like what these trolls are trying to make me out to be. Absolutely nothing. Like the antithesis. So, if you want, people are going to believe what they want to believe. You're never going to convince anybody. Don't try. I'm only extending this out to the offer to Nonsense is because she had asked politely, Steve, if you're listening, contact me. I'm going to return the favor. That's it. And if she doesn't want to take advantage of it, go with God. And with that, good night.